Good evening, everyone. This is Empress Luna Frost coming to you from Melbourne, Florida. Yay! So today I am going to do a patriotic red, white, and blue loose glitter tutorial for the 4th of July. Yay! So we're going to start off with our Urban Decay eyeshadow primer potion. Woo! This is by Urban Decay. It's great. I love it. I already did half of it, so this side's covered. You basically want to cover from the lid up to your eyebrow. I don't wear not moisturizer. I don't wear foundation very often, so I just apply this right on. You could do your foundation first if you want, but this is personally what I do, and I'm here to give you my advice. So let's see. Let's get this party started. Okay, so now that I got the primer on, and I recommend this the full size primer, as opposed to like the travel one because it has like a really cool wand that you could use. And I'm like so for using the wand because I feel like, you know, it's just better than using like your finger. I mean, I'll use my finger like for something like this, or you know, and I've got the finger brush, and you know, you could just, you know, even it out like that if you want. But yeah, I really like this. I use the original. I'll link the products in the description, never fear. Our next thing we're going to use is the highbrow pencil. And I really like this. It's by Benefit. You put it right under your eyebrow. I'll show from here. It's okay if it's a little dull if you're putting it under the eyebrow. I feel like it's a little better when it's a little dull because it gives it a more natural look, and you do like 2 or 3 strokes underneath that are very light. So 1 hard and then 2 or 3 little ones, and then you go to the other side. You do the same. You emphasize it under the arch of your eyebrow by doing a little harder line, and you do a little bit under this part here, the beginning of it, and then just like a couple little strokes. This will help our eyebrow to really glow more. But do it as much as needed, like don't overdo it. I somehow managed to find a way to get red glitter in here, but that's okay, it won't matter, you won't really notice. And then you use your finger, or if you want, you could use your finger brush from Urban Decay, and you just kind of blend it in. I prefer the finger for this part, just because, I mean, I could show you what it looks like with the finger brush here. You know, if you start with a finger brush, it's okay, but you know, it really depends on what your preference is. And anything that's not even, you could just add a little more later just to make it like evened up. I know this one's like a little out of whack. It won't matter much though, because you're going to be covering this area up. with your, what the hell is that? My eyebrow? Sorry. My eyebrow just like got stuck and there we go. Yeah, love these little spoolie little, they're supposed to be like little glitter remover brushes. They're really good. You can get them from Lit Cosmetics online. And no, this is not an ad. This is just like, you know, me trying to be helpful. I really like the finger brush. I have not tried the MAC one yet, so I can't tell you what the difference in quality is like, but I really like this one. This is by Urban Decay. It's really good for the quality. It even has a nice, or it's really good for the price. I feel like the price is really worth it. You know, it's a good quality brush. You know, good quality for fair price. This side doesn't really want to cooperate with me today, but that's okay. We'll get there. This side didn't want to work. I think it's the primer is being stupid today. Probably because I did this eye, and then like what happened was I made the video before this video just doing this eye, and then I noticed it was like this piece of skin because I got sunburned, and it was just like hanging off my hand. I was like, oh no, I gotta redo this. So if it looks drastically bad, I'll just redo it later. Now I'm going to try a technique here. I'm going to just do a little bit. I usually do above the lid here, and I could still do that for you. I'll do that. So I use this little pencil sharpener from Sally's. I know they have some nice ones at Sephora. But this was like, I felt like just not bad for the price. Pretty cheap. It's like a couple bucks. It does a reasonable job. I'm gonna go across the eyelid here. And it's okay if your line is a little uneven. And then you're going to do it the other way. I usually don't sharpen it until after I do like the highbrow here. Just because I feel like, you know, it doesn't need as fine of a line. Normally I would put my white shadow on top of the line above the eye, but for the sake of this tutorial I'm not going to. And then I'm going to do like in the middle of the eye, I'm going to try to do some white here. Try to get a better effect. For the red, white, and blue. Now, I had other colors that I ordered for this tutorial, and they didn't come in the mail yet, because, you know, the mail sucks sometimes. And I mean, they did technically, but I just wasn't here. I was like in the shower when the mailman came to the door. And I was like, well, it's 4th of July, so I'm like, I'm not going to wait till the last minute. This is a brand new look for me. I mean, I had somebody do this look on me when I was like a similar look, but it was just with red on the lid. When I was a little girl, I was a cheerleader, and we added glitter, and it was funny. I didn't even remember that until after I decided to do the tutorial. I was like, I forgot all about that. Like, but it was good because, it helped me to relive a nice childhood memory of when I was a cheerleader when I first started. Okay, so now for this tutorial, you want to start with the lightest colors first. And the reason why is because if you have to go back later, it's just easier that way as opposed to like just starting with all the darks. I know I start with my mascara first. That's just because sometimes I like a little fall of glitter on my lashes. It just kind of gives it that like fairy look, like kind of like just that you have like a fairy tale, like ooh, glimmery, dreamy eyes, So, but yeah, this is the highbrow pencil from Benefit. Finger brush from Urban Decay. And then we're going to start with our Urban Decay Cosmic Shadow. I believe this is part of the Moon Dust collection, I think. And it's really gorgeous. I mean, I like Polyester Bride, which is another color, but this is more like glittery. And then we're going to get like an Ulta angled highbrow brush or angled brow brush. And we're just going to swirl it around. And we're going to trace the line of our eyebrow like this. And just go wild. Make it real shiny and sparkly. I know most of you girls like matte, and I like matte stuff too, but I like this a lot. I feel like this is very, very lovely. This seems to be screwing up. Well, I think I might be able to get away with it. This one's probably going to be really overpowered, but that's okay. Jeremy, does this look even on this one? Or does it look like there's fallout in certain areas? It looks good. Jeremy's my producer. He helps run the show. Just trace along your brow. And then, like, you're not normally supposed to pack it on as heavy like here, but like my thing was over dried, so that was probably why. And that's okay, you just add on enough to where they're both even on both sides. I really like these IT brushes from Ulta. By the way, they're great because they're very, very light. And for someone that, has 2 injured wrists, it's very good. Because then I could just effortlessly do it. I mean, of course, I feel it, but it's compared to other brushes I've had, other than the Urban Decay brushes. I mean, these are like really, really good. Sephora's good too, but I'm very favorited towards these IT brushes because, it's just, I don't know. Are the whites even, or is one less white than the other? They're good? Okay. So the next step is we're going to I'm just going to give you an idea what this looks like. You're going to go over the top right here, that line that we made. And you're just going to do a little bit right here, all over the top that white line. Reason why we made that white line, it's actually like the pink linen color is, I think, what it's called, pink linen or luminous or something. I'll look it up. I'll give you the link. You make that line, you use that highbrow pencil there because if you just put it on your hand, it's like you can't see it. So like if you use the pencil, the eyebrow pencil, the highlighter pencil there, it gives you like a way to noticeably see the color. See? And like I really like putting it above my lid. Normally I don't put a white like in the middle there, but I normally just put the white line above the lashes because it kind of reminds me of like salt on a margarita or something. Like it just looks really tropical or cool to me. I feel like I'm all like on a cruise ship on vacation or something, or one of those anchors on TV. And to me, I'm okay with this like falling on your face. And this isn't the loose glitter either. This is just the base of what I'm doing. I know a lot of you are like, oh, that's really sparkly. I could like use it as a top coat of something. And you could. But like, for me, I just really wanted to, are the lines evenly white? There's one less than the other. Good? Okay, good. I always ask him because I'm like, you know, you stare at these colors, like, is it even? You know, I mean, like, I could count the repetitions, but sometimes, you know, I'm just like, woo, I'm an artist, you know? And I just forget how many times I'm, like, swirling the palette. And I'm going to go in the middle here and just blow out a little bit of white, enough to, like, really make that one area noticeable. And we'll sculpt with the darker colors after. This will be like a whole new look for me. Because, I mean, whereas I've used loose glitter when I was younger, when I was in cheerleading, I just really wanted to create a brand new sparkly look. So forgive me if it looks like crap. I mean, keep in mind my wrists are also injured at this time. They'll get better soon, I'm sure, but yeah, just my wrists are not as good as they used to be. It's really slobby, but that's okay. We'll just, if it's really bad, I'll fix it later and I'll upload a photo to my Instagram, which you people should be following. Okay. Now with that done, we're gonna move on to the next color. So I'm gonna give you one really, really good tip that you're gonna be glad I gave you. And I think, did I get the white on the lids like even? Jerry? Or is one like looser than the other? Good, good. I'm gonna give you one really good tip. Here's my tip to you girls, or guys. When you're doing makeup, you always want to start with the lightest color first. And then you go to the next lightest, and the next, and the next, and the next, and the next. So my next color is gonna be called Skywalk, and it's actually like this, it kind of reminds me of like Luke Skywalker or something, because like the color is called Skywalk. but it's like a very faint blue, and you'll see in a moment. I'm going to see this this brush. This is called, I'll show you this again. This is called a small shadow brush. I believe it's 220 by It Brushes as well. Yep, the 220 small shadow brush. This is really, really a nice, very, very nice brush. You can, let me make sure there isn't other color on it. You can really use it for a lot of things, and I just really like how flexible it is and how it's just small enough to get in the right cracks and spaces to really like shade. So I'm gonna use this right under the high brow that I showed you for like a light blue called Skywalk, which is this one. You could get this off the Urban Decay website. Find like a lot of the colors from Urban Decay are on their website and not in stores for some reason. They have a lot in stores too, though. Let's see. It's very lucid. I only did a couple of swirls of this. And just trace along the brow here. And then we're going to go over it again just to fill it in some more. I think that's good enough. We're going to drag it down just a notch to like, because we want to do a gradient. Usually for this area, I like to like fade the colors up because I feel like it just gives it a more of like a sunset effect or sunrise or whatever it is that you like to call it. And I think I got that. I did enough, but we'll just double check. I think I might want to fill it a little more. Touch it up. And keep in mind, this is the first July look. Usually I had like makeup artists that helped us for our cheerleading events because there was like a ton of girls. At least when I started, there was a ton. And then do this one next. See, I always expected Luke Skywalker's sword to be like a more of a, his sword, his lightsaber to be more like a neon blue, but I guess when I look at this, I'm like, yeah, and I could see it being like this color. I never really stared at his lightsaber because I knew he had a green one and I knew he had a blue one, and I'm not sure if it was this shade of blue or if it's darker, but I really like it. It's kind of like a frosted colors. It's really nice. Now, if it's like too overpowering, you could always just water it down a little bit. Jeremy of the blues even. Making sure that one's not darker than the other. I actually want to get this a little more, bring this a little higher to follow the brow a little better. And you can always touch it up later. And then Like, see, even this alone without like using the glitter is like really sparkly. This is also part of like their moon dust collection. And it's an eyeshadow. And then I'm gonna go to the next color, which is this color. It's called Peace. It's part of their normal collection. I haven't seen it in an Ulta or Sephora in a while, you know, but they may carry it at yours. It's okay. A lot of the good colors they carry online, I feel like maybe they just sell out or something. I don't know. Actually, for this, this is more like a turquoise, and I feel like I want to go to a warm color instead, because I don't know. I feel like I should do warms first. So I'm gonna use it's called a smudger brush number 220. It's an IT brush. I like this brush a lot. And if you're wondering what I'm using to do quick swatching or whatever this is called, yeah, new shadow switching. I'm tired, okay? It's this. It's from Ulta Beauty. I'll show it to you. It's the New Hue Shadow Switching Pan. Basically, it's like a little sponge in here and another extra sponge, and just you kind of like swirl this around, and you do this to like really pick the color off. And then to like for good measure, I just kind of like I'll get a paper towel and I'll rub it on there to just make sure it's gone. I also have here a brush pan that I can show you later. Okay, so this is gonna go, you really only need a little bit of this. Like this in the corner. Messing up majorly. It's okay. Okay. I know it's very matte. I was gonna get a color from Urban Decay called Gash, and it just hasn't come in the mail yet. It might have already been here, but I can't access the mail just yet. The mail room's not open. I'm just kind of packing it on a little bit, just a little dab, just kind of give you the color to get the red in for the 4th of July. And I'm gonna just double do that one. I messed up a little bit. That's okay though. Oh, fuck. You did not see that. I can get this off real easily. Watch this. This doesn't work. I have plan B. This is a Tony Moly hand cream. Here's what it normally looks like with the lid off. Squeeze some of this on. It's really good stuff. It has a really nice banana scent to it. And then you just take a Q-tip and pull the color right off. And there's some like clarity wipes or something like that that Ulta sells. They're also very, very nice. You should be able to get those for around, I think, 20 bucks. Not too bad for the quality. I mean, I know like some of you be like, what? 20 bucks for what? But like, really, it's not that bad. When you try it on, like get the Vice lipstick, the most sparkly one that you see from Urban Decay, put it on your hand, and then try to take it off with a regular makeup wipe. It's just not gonna happen. So yeah, just try it, and then, you know, see that you're gonna agree that it's just, you know, better. But yeah, if you use like Tony Moly Banana Hand Cream, it's really good for your face, and gets makeup off like real easy. Like that. Okay. And now I'm gonna, I think that is almost good enough. What do you think, Jeremy? Do you think the red's good? Jeremy?
Yes.
The red. Do you want me to add more or less? Good. Awesome. So that's that base for that. I know it's matte. It's not sparkly or shiny like the rest. It's okay. I promise you it's going to be very fine. You will see what I'm going to do next. I'm just like wiping off the red a little bit on this paper towel just so I can like get it off a little bit. And you can use this red later for like other things. So it's not too bad. And then I'm going to take the color Peace that I showed you before. The red, by the way, is by NYX. It's called Crimson HDB 18 NYX. You can get this also at Ulta or at a NYX store or anywhere that really sells NYX. I don't know if Sephora does, but yeah, that's where, you know, that's what you do. And then I'm going to use, let me see, which brush do I want to use for this? I think I'll just use this brush. Okay, this is another smudger brush. Number 221, smudger by Urban Decay. And I'm just gonna do a little bit. And I'm gonna go right here, right at the side. You don't need that much. This kind of reminds me of those like rocket popsicles that are like really cool, because, you know, like the ones that you get like every 4th of July. Those I find very cool. It wasn't the intended color at first, but like last minute stuff didn't come in, so I just used what I had. I may do a second version of this tutorial that's more polished up. So that's what it looks like so far. But it's got more to it. What do you think so far, Jimmy? Cool? Okay. Alright, so our next ordeal is we're going to go in and use the, forgive me for all the red glitter I spilled on this earlier, but we're going to use the Moon Dust palette. Yay! And this is also by Urban Decay. I love how shiny it is. It's got like almost like a mirror reflector around where it says Moon Dust. But you open it up and there's these just gorgeous colors, and you got this like mirror. It's really nice because like if you like, you know, on the go or whatever, this'll do in a pinch, you know. And I'm going to just touch this up real quick. I notice this was off. It's probably really off, but whatever. Nobody has to notice. Fine, guys. That's how about it. Fabulous. And then I'm gonna get one of these brushes, and I'm going to, this is a double-ended brush. It's called the Heavenly Luxe No Tug Dual Eyeshadow. It's got, you got an all-over brush, which I intend to use today, and a smudge brush. I just love the smudge brush. There's just so much control with it, I feel. Like, you just, you know, it's very effortless. And you're gonna put this one, it's gonna be between the crease and this lighter blue shadow, but you could do this, what I'm doing, you could just go from the crease up. So that way when we apply crease, that this is already there. This is gorgeous royal blue. Color is Vega. I'm almost packing it on. I'm not really. I'm just kind of like that. And bring it down to that line right there. And so, as you can see with this, I'm going to the arch of the brow, because it just, I just feel it's like a, it's lovelier. I mean, you could go all the way around like this, but unless you really have the right eye shape for it, like a more circular shaped eye or something, I feel like, I don't know, it's just not for me. This is just my style because I know my brows are angled like that. And you know, typically with this you want to get darker as you get closer to the crease, and the crease is where, like, you know, this area is. Again, don't blend it until it's done, but as you can see, we took the Vega color here and we blended it up into Skywalk, the light blue, which blended up into Cosmic, which gave a nice gradual effect. Usually I like to do like 3 colors in that area plus the crease, but again, I was limited on colors today and I'm sorry. I always like to go with like odd numbers of colors, just, you know, like 3, 5, 7, whatever, to give it a real evened out look. Drag that one. If you have to paint on top of another color, that's okay. I feel like it's a little too dark. It's okay. Because, you know, I'm blending it into the crease. And if it's too much, that's okay. And you could just, so for the case of this instance, since we have this brush, this was what Skywalker was. Or Skywalk, or whatever it's called, the light blue. You know, you could just blend it a little bit more drag it down, or you could just make the other side a little bit darker, and I'm just kind of like feathering it lightly to just kind of blend it a bit. You always want to try to not make it so dark, because like, you know, it's like, yeah, this is the area where it's not supposed to be too dark. But things happen, man, you know. Or woman. Alright, so our next color is going to be the color. So we just used Vega, and now we're going to use Galaxy, which is kind of like, it's kind of blue, but kind of just gray and black. I don't know. Kind of teal. It's just kind of a little bit of everything. So I'm going to give that one a try, and we're going to use another smudger brush, of course. You're like, oh my gosh, this girl and her smudger brushes. And we're going to go in the crease. Right there. Boom. Boom. I feel like it's a good blend from this popsicle blue that's on the lid to the Vega, because it's almost like it's a link between the past. It's a link between the two colors, because as you can see, it's dark enough to be like a nice crease, and yet like light enough to pick up the turquoise in that peace color. So it's like it goes like that, and I really like it. As far as this peace color goes, if you really need to fix the coloring here, you can. Simple blotting. There was very little that I had to use. Okay, and then I'm going to, I only had to use a very little amount for the Galaxy as well. I probably put too much blue on anyway. That's okay if it's like a nighttime look, that's fine too. So, although I think that for this Vega, I need to bring it over a little more. There we go. That makes a little more sense right about there. Don't worry about the lid too much. Lid will get fixed, don't worry, it'll be okay. You know, the lid is just, the lid is lit. It will get fixed because I will add some color to it, some white. Okay, that's about good. Put this, now it's time to put this in the crease. So yeah, you get the area where the lid folds in and pull over. Pull over, I'm a cop. No, I'm just kidding. I do have cop colors on my lids. I may need just a little more. Now technically, right here, you could probably just stop and like take a selfie. Like this in itself, I feel is very patriotic. Like it's very nice, and you wouldn't have to if you don't want to, you know, like add sparkle or whatever. But you know, because it already has a whole lot of like shimmer. But you know, if it's easy, if you want to, you can, and I will. And I'm gonna touch it up a little bit, but I think I'm gonna do a selfie. So just so I could like be like, oh my gosh, I did this, you know. But you know, so you can see what it looks like before and after. Ta-da! It's very blam, like in your face, but that's okay. Now we're gonna take this, it's called the all over brush, and you're just gonna gently fan over the area. That. Make sure you're not picking up a ton of shadow as you go along. This is just to like even. I'm using my pan to like, yeah, just like gracefully, because you don't want it to be like a hard line. Like as you can see, this side to this side, this is already like a smoother transition. And then I'm gonna do the lids too. Oh, you might want to not do that too much because of the white. Okay, and then you're gonna do the sides. I'm gonna do this part first though, because this part seems to always get too hard of a line. This area here. Some people like to add like a little bit of white on there, and you can if you want. See if I can do that. I'm gonna wipe my brush real quick if you don't mind. It's because there's some glitter on it. Okay, here we go. Remember, any glitter you don't want, you could use one of these, and you could do this. Although with this, it appears that one likes to smear. That's just because, well, you know, blue is just like, I could tell you right now, blue is a very tough color. It's difficult because it's blue, you know. So it's very, very bright, and I think like right here I'm gonna fill some in here, this white, because sometimes the white, the red or the white or the blue will like kind of just smear a little bit in the wrong place. All you really can do is just pack it on or whatever. I mean, you could always take your pencil if it's really bad and do it, but I'm not gonna. Usually this takes me a lot quicker to do, by the way, this part of the video. Just because, you know, and like you could bring this around if you want to really give you a kind of nicer effect. Around the tear duct. If you want, but I'm going to use the brush. To polish that up. try not to do what I just did, which is I accidentally got some in the palette. They're like little palettes, and I really like that because, you know, if something like this happens, it's just really easy to fix. This is kind of like a pearl white almost, and it, you know, really looks great on just about everything. There may be no saving for this, but that's okay. It's okay. Nothing you can really do about it. It's been a long night. Nothing I can really do to get that out. That's the problem with like red. It really like runs into everything. But that's okay, you know, that's life. Now we're gonna take this all over brush and get the sides like I told you. And anything that's, you know, crazy, you could just buff it. If worse comes to worse, you could just use a makeup wipe to just clean up. I just like using this a lot. Sometimes your thumb is like really a good thing to use, but then sometimes it's like not, because it will just smear sometimes, and it's like, well. And like using a wipe if it's really necessary. I use a lot of wet ones and other wipes that help. Okay. You could always touch it up more later if you want. Now we're gonna go on to the glitz and glitter. Woo! Awesome. So, I think what I may do today is, instead of doing the white line with like glitter, I think I'm just gonna leave the white line by itself, but like the middle parts of the eye, I'm gonna like definitely make white. I just kind of wanted a white line there to give a faint hue of white. And so we're gonna be using this thing called the, it's by Makeup is Forever. It's a 224, it's like a professional glitter brush. It allows you to just pick up the glitter and put it on. Now I'm going to start with this glitter glue by Makeup Beauty Cosmetics. When I got the glitter, the lady gave it to me for free. So I was like, why not use it? And this I'm going to use with this color here. It is the white one that's called Glitter Powder White by Makeup Beauty. Some of these are by Bella Pierre. The what I suggest is that you take some of the glitter, you have some of it ready for when you go to apply it to your brush. And if you have like a way, I mean, like I could just clear this up right here and just show you what I mean. If you want, you can use your little pan from the pan that I showed you, the brush shadow switching pan, and you just let it sit like on top if you want. But careful, it will roll. And then you're gonna want to like take this glitter and and you're gonna want to shake it on, and have it ready. And then you're gonna put a little bit of this on right now. This is glitter glue. Just down the middle. Oops, try not to get out on your lashes if you can. And while it's still like tacky and stuff, quickly take, without putting hair in your bottle, quickly take the white and pack it on. Like this. And then you just add more white. To give you enough to really get the picture. It's a nice, pretty shade of white. They had, Bill up here had like a white that was similar that I liked, but they were all sold out, and this one was actually the last one at Mika, and I got that in the Florida Mall in Orlando, Florida. It was a little kiosk. I went to Mac before that at the Millennium Mall. They have like a professional Mac, and literally it was just, and by the way, you just keep, packing it on until it has reached your desired effect of sparkle. If you have to reapply, you always can. Opening your mouth allows your eyelashes and your eyelids to like go wider a little bit. That's why I do it. So that's what that looks like with the glitter. I kind of like it. I think that looks great. I can tell you right now, when I went to the Mac store, I asked them for glitter, and I even like looked, it's called loose glitter, I even looked like online for it, and it was completely sold out online, and apparently it's also on back order at Mac. Apparently a lot of girls like it, and they go in, they try to get it, and they can't get it. I did order from a company called Eye Candy to try to like get like some of this stuff for like the glue, and they have not shipped it to me yet. Everybody, I guess, was super busy. 4th of July weekend. I understand. Everybody's with their family. And then like for this, you can either use some brush cleaner by MAC, which is hell of heavy, or you can just take a brush, like a brush wipe. Right now I don't have any brush wipes, so I'm going to use these makeup remover wipes by Neutrogena to just kind of like, just keep it clean, you know what I mean? And you just wipe it off, and that's it. What I love about this brush is that it's a silicone brush. As you can see, it's really nice. So it's like almost like a little spatula. Like if you've done cooking, you know what I mean by a spatula. Cooking and baking, they require spatulas. So it's really nice. I like it. We had to order it. I actually looked like everywhere for it. I went all over Orlando, all over Melbourne, and I just could not find one. So now I have like added my desired effect of that color of white, although I might add like a dab here. Just fix that. I should have like not done that. Should have like been like, no, I'm gonna wait. But I was missing a spot. Now that I need to add the desired effect to that though, I will start to put some on the other eye. Generally, this is a lot easier if you have someone doing it for you, you know. And the color is gonna emulate what color is underneath, because this is like a it's like a white. It's a white sparkle. It's like a what's the word? Pearl. Sorry, I'm tired. But the key here is making sure there's like a shovelful on top, and also like, damn, I spilled that. Also like making sure that the glue is tacky when you get on, like sticky, you know? That way it's gonna stick to your face. You gotta be quick with it. You have to do one or two, it's okay. I always like to wipe it off a little bit though, because you're getting other colors mixing. I have like really sensitive skin, so for this to work well on me is like a miracle, to be honest. It's a little difficult to do this, but you know, I'm doing my best. Now, if you had the special glue from Eye Candy, you could just, you know, coat this with glitter and then stick it on, but it's difficult. And that looks pretty good, although I might add a little more. Yeah, still a little more. Now, if you put this like pearl color on top of stuff, it will emulate whatever color's underneath, but it will, you know, make it a little bit lighter. Like as you can see in the red and the blue, they're like the red is almost a little bit pinky, not quite fuchsia pink. I guess really the harder you press it on, it's the better it's gonna be. I wonder if I can still do it this way. And just pack it really hard and it'll go in. That sounded really wrong, but you know what I'm saying. I haven't had any sleep tonight. Literally just been preparing for this makeup tutorial. Because it's new for me to do it like this. I spelled everywhere. I'm sorry. Really hard for me to get some on this area for some reason. This wrist is actually injured more than the other wrists, probably. Why? It's harder for me in this area. So that's about as good as it's gonna get for now. So I'm gonna take another wipe. Makeup remover wipe. Almost out of these. Okay, when I run out, I have like makeup remover, well not makeup remover, but brush cleaner that'll do the trick. And the video after this, which is not that long too, I'm going to do lip tutorial for the same look. Now we're gonna do our red, and I really love the red because it's like really festive and Christmassy. And again, I apologize for all the glitter that's everywhere. I actually kind of like this glitter a little bit though, because it's like, it gives you that fairy feel, you know, fairy effect. If you take like a pan that's for like baking cookies, like a cookie sheet, this is actually not so bad. Essentially, it's like collecting it for you. But if you get it everywhere, then oh well. Point of having a base underneath this is to make sure, hold on, is to make sure that, oh that's pretty, to make sure that the red comes up, because as you can see I missed a couple areas there, and the red still looks vibrant, you know, and because I have like a base underneath, which is a base shadow. And just pack it till you're happy. And it might take some practice. I'm not perfect, no one is. It's really glamorous. Love it. And then we're gonna I'm just gonna wipe this just because, you know, you don't want the glue to get stuck on your stuff. It's just not, you know, the glue to get stuck on here, it's just not really good for your brush. The longer you leave the glue on, the more tacky it becomes, and eventually it gets to the point where you can't use the brush. At least for other brushes, but like I know this brush is actually designed for glitter, but it's still like, you know, one of those things where you're like, well, do you really want to risk it, you know? I guarantee you, if my wrists weren't injured, I would be so much better at this right now, but it's been one of those days. So please forgive me for my sloppiness. I can't really help it. That's what I love about dark colors, is you could just really just paint over them. Paint over the mistakes or the light colors. But yeah, I feel like you could do that with glitter too. Like, as long as you have like white in the right places and stuff. Keep in mind, if you get the glue on the lashes, you'll get real clumpy. So you might not want to do that unless you already got mascara on. Then it shouldn't be that big of a deal, at least not to me, you know. Really depends. Okay, so the next part is going to be for the blue. I'm going to take some of this red off too. Technically you could do that later, but I was just like, well, they're probably going OCD over it. If you get a little underneath the underlid, it's okay. And then just, you know, make sure that you're content enough with your brush. You can do what you want about that. Now I'm going to take a little bit, I'm going to close the lid on this red glitter, because like Lord knows it'll be flying everywhere if I don't. And we're going to do this, it's actually like a teal, it's actually called turquoise. It's from Bella Pierre Cosmetics. You can get that in a kiosk in the mall most likely. And I'm going to shake some of this out onto here. Although it is still, I have like so much glitter that just fell on my iPhone. My iPhone's probably gonna be like blitzing for the rest of the year, like bling bling. Try not to get on your phone. But yeah, because glitter, I'll tell you right now, is one of those things that it just isn't gonna come out very well unless you have the proper things to get it out. So I'm going to take this and almost spill the lid. Take this and coat it, and then put some of this glitter on. Or glitter glue on, actually. And I apologize for the slowness of this episode. This normally would be very quickly for me, but I have injured wrists. Looking really well. I actually really like this color. I want to do a mermaid cosplay, and when I saw this color, I was like, this reminds me of mermaids. It's really like got that mermaid feel. And I really like it with the red because I feel like it's got like a patriotic feel to it. It just looks really fun. I love that, you know? It's all about having fun, guys. Like, you just gotta have fun. You know, because what's life without fun? So yeah, just wipe your spatula, your little spatula. And I feel like that was really a good amount of blue. Really nice and even. Bling bling. And we're going to do the same thing. I'm gonna pour a little bit back into here. I feel like a lot of this will cling to the brush the glue will stick real fast. So unless you got like a real good glue, you know. I feel like this was totally worth it. Just to do the sparkles. Like, I liked the eyeshadow, but once the sparkles were on, I was like, wow, I'm like banging. Like, I'm blitzing here. I could be on a parade. It's fun for parties. This kind of look is mainly good for like if you're cheerleading or if you at an extravagant, you know, event where you have to wear a sparkly gown, or even if you just want a plain gown, like a just a not so sparkly gown. If you're just wanting to doll up, just want to be a princess, why not? You know, more fun. I just accidentally dipped my hand in the glue that I just wiped on that thing. And like I said, if you don't like the colors, just ignore them. I feel like this blue is a very nice blue. And it goes very well with that color that I put on my lid. That peace color. I feel like it was like meant to be almost. Oops, excellent. Got a little bit of turquoise on the white. I think I messed that up majorly. I could just pack over it. So I messed that up. I'll fix that. Hold on. This show gets fixed. Don't worry. Don't worry. It will be okay. I actually have a lot of makeup, and I was debating for the longest time. I was like, how am I gonna use in my tutorial? Glue on the lashes. Alright, sweet. So I want to fix this with the butt. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add some white, but after I fix this spatula, see, that'll do the trick. Back. clean it up nicely. This is from, I don't remember what it was, the brand. It's not Benefit, is it Benefit? I don't remember. But it is the one that is used for, it's like a pink little basin. It's almost done. Let's see, how do I want to do this? I think I know what I want to do. Oh, wait, I want to bring it over a little more. My mom actually really hates glitter, which I find very funny because I so love glitter. I really like this. I feel like it's essential for glitter. This little whoa. Just spray the glitter. Try not to mix glitter back into the bottle if you can. Jeremy, can you check the camera?
It's good.
Good? Okay. The time is good? Or the makeup? Which good?
Hour 40.
I might have to edit this. Should I make the white on this one more narrow?
No, it looks good.
How does that look? It looks like too much on one side. Ugh. I like a little too much on one side. It's really hard to do this with 3 colors. It's better if you do it with just 1 or 2. But all you could do is your best, and practice makes perfect. Jeremy, are the whites even in the middle?
One on this side is a little.
So should I move it back this way, or like add more to one side, or what?
Yeah, I would add a little more red to your left side.
Wait, this side or this side?
To your left side, your left.
So this side,
Yes.
more red towards the white.
Yeah.
That's easy to do. So, there's never any harm in asking your friends for a little help, especially when you're like staring at colors all the time. Remember to never use anything but glitter that's actually meant for your eyes, guys. If it's not meant for your eyes, it's not going to turn out well. actually bad if you use anything other than body glitter for your eyes. I'm gonna be blitzing for like a long time. Do you want me to add more red or white to it?
Looking. No, it's good.
You sure? Don't look good.
Let me see.
This is like a skinnier white.
Yeah, I guess maybe a little more red on the white on the right.
What? What?
So the one on the white on the right is now fatter than the right the white on. See what I'm saying?
Is this white line even in the middle?
Yeah, let me see.
It doesn't even look like it is.
Yeah, that's in the middle, and the other one's in the middle.
Doesn't feel like this is all in the middle. Are they more even now?
Close your eyes. Yes. Yeah.
Are they perfect, or do I have to do anything else to this?
Close. See. Turn towards me. And close your eyes. Yeah, no, they're good. They're really good. They're perfect.
Do you like it?
Yeah, it looks good.
I ran out of like makeup wipes. So, but so basically that's how you do that. And then when you're done, you just what you want to do is you want to kind of clean it up a little bit. You can use like either makeup wipe, or you could try some lotion. I recommend those wipes. I think they're called Clarity wipes from Ulta. I'll probably redo this tutorial again so that way you guys could see what it's like. The banana hand cream seems to help a lot with taking it off. But yeah, if you really want to get it deep down in your pores, you're going to need those special wipes. Unless you guys recommend something else, just leave a comment below, let me know. I apologize for the length of the video, guys. It's just my wrist hurts. And I'm just trying to get it right. I actually was planning this for like a month just to get it right. And I knew that I couldn't really practice it like a bunch of times because I'm still recovering, but you know, you gotta do what you gotta do. What are you smiling about?
So nice.
Oh, you like it?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm glad. I'm really glad because it was a lot of work. But if you're doing it with just like 1 or 2 colors, it's not too bad. I mean, even doing like eyeshadow with 3 colors alone on the lid like that is really difficult because, you know, unless you're like used to doing that middle effect. I like it, like I've seen it in like little cartoons and stuff, but like unless you're used to it, it's just very, I don't know, it's very difficult to do, I find. So, and again, it's easier to put the white in, like I said, than it is to. It's easier to do it first than last. And I recommend getting like some MAC brush cleaner and stuff to put in like a little bowl so that way you could just constantly just wipe your brush to get it all off. I will be doing more glitter tutorials. I have like this really cool hot pink one that I'm gonna do in the next coming months. Well, that's it. And for the glitter eyeshadow tutorial, I will do the lips next. And if you like this tutorial, please, please, please let me know in the comments because it was a lot of preparation for this one and it was very difficult for me. So I know I make it look easy, but it's not when your wrists are injured. And I hope you understand that. And I hope to see you all back. Remember to like and to subscribe to Empress Luna Frost. I hope you all have a wonderful 4th of July. Have a good one. Bye-bye.